Hello, everyone. This is Dre41. Um, so basically, what's going on right now is just a little bit of information that I wanted to convey to everybody in regards to what happened earlier today. Let's see. Okay, so in regards to what happened today, it was honestly, it came from left field, but it basically all was going to come to a head regardless. Um, so basically, the thing is Frost will no longer be a part of PWR, and the reason is very simple. He goes on these extremely long rants just to rile people up. He's against working with other people, and then he makes up these things where people are using hacked moves or something on Xbox. It's all wildness. So, to give you guys a full understanding of everything, I'm going to explain it my way. You can decide. You feel me? You know what you take from it. So before PWR, I was doing a universe mode. I was doing a Ring of Honor universe mode, and Frost, just kept bugging me. Oh, we should do a league. We should do a league. We should do a league. And eventually, I was like, okay, but I can't do both. I can't do a Ring of Honor universe and do a league thing. Basically, it came down to me having to make the name PWR. Frost isn't a creator. He doesn't draw. He doesn't know how to Photoshop. He doesn't know how to do none of that stuff. So at the end of the day, regardless of whatever happens, the designing aspect would fall on me. So him saying that he created PWR, that's not true. I made the name of PWR. I designed it. He didn't have any say-so in it because if you don't know how to draw it out, how can you direct me into what kind of logo it is? Like his thing, he wanted like a logo that looked like the company that Jim Cornette used to run, Smoky Mountain. He wanted a logo that looked like Smoky Mountain logo, really old school. He's a lot older than I am. He's 10 years older than me, and his ideas of wrestling are based off of ideas from 20 years ago. He wanted like a ring that looked like AWA, but he wanted LED an apron for. It's just like his ideas are all over the place. If you look at his APW ring, that's him designing something by himself with no input from anybody. So it boiled down to me designing everything. And if he sits there and makes it seem like I didn't ask him, I did. We went over this, and I decided to design it myself because I didn't want to stop making a Ring of Honor universe just to make some old school like league. It just didn't make sense to me. Then it boiled down to, well, how is it going to be ran? And we did have an announcement video for that. But as things come into play, things change. What I did and what Frost never did was really look into other leagues and how they do things, how it looks, what they do to separate themselves from others. What I wanted to do was create a more realistic looking league. I didn't want it to be a bunch of superheroes or like cartoon characters or metrosexual looking characters or like anime looking characters. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to base it in somewhat reality. So that's what was decided upon. The calls have to look a certain way. I want them to look realistic. And what that means is when you create that wrestler, would you wear what you're making that person wear? When you create your wrestler, would you wear that? That's what I wanted to convey to people. Like, put forth, effort. And Frost agreed with me, but he doesn't know how to create wrestlers. He doesn't know how. And through the years, he really hasn't created anybody. So it got to a point where, okay, we're starting up the league, but I wanted to make PWR different. I wanted to use a storyline. I wanted the matches to mean something, not just simulate a match. That's easy. Anybody can do that. They can simulate something and put it on Mixer. I wanted to, or put it on Twitch, or stream it, whatever the case is. But with me having recording equipment and being able to know how to edit videos, I wanted to separate PWR from everything else as much as possible. I didn't want a situation where, oh, this is just another league, but their calls just look more realistic. That's it. That's the only thing that makes it different, and I didn't want that. What I wanted to do was to make it interactive and do live shows. So that was one thing that me and him did agree upon. He felt some type of way because I was doing storylines. Yeah, I'm going to do storylines because that furthers the what's going on in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just as simple as just a simulated match. Y'all could talk back and forth on social media and that's it. No, like, I want to do people getting attacked from behind and people interrupting matches and matches ending in DQ to further the story, because that adds interest. Nobody watches wrestling on TV just for the wrestling matches. Nobody. Wrestling was created to be a story. Ring psychology, telling a story in the ring. How do you take everything that wrestling was built upon and say, nope, I'm not going to use it? You know what I'm saying? It's different if you don't have, like the recording equipment or the equipment necessary to do that, or the time. But if I have the time to sit there and really put forth effort into a storyline, into anything, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not going to sit there and just take the easy way out because, hey, that's just me recording. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What else? What's going on, guys? Just wanted to make this video to kind of explain everything. But, so eventually, he felt some type of way. And when he feels some type of way, he becomes very scorned and very childish and very petty. So he'll rant on Twitter all day long. From 5 o'clock in the morning till 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, he will rant. And he has the freedom to do it. He can do that. But he won't post it just on his page and that's it. He wants everybody, as many people as possible, to see him rant, to see what he has to say. Even though they might not care, he doesn't care. He just wants people to acknowledge his rants and to respond to him. If you ignore him, he'll just stop. He'll just be yelling in an empty room. But it is what it is with that. So yeah, he went on his rant, and his whole thing was, oh, well, you switched everything up. PWR was supposed to be something different. It wasn't supposed to be like this. It wasn't supposed to be like that. And it's like, well, things change. He was like, I'm not a part of the creative aspect of it. And I told him, and this is something that he's not going to say because it wouldn't make sense for him to say it. I told him to write a month of storylines. A month. I said, okay, you want to have more control. You want to be able to, to say that you're putting something into it. Write a month of storylines. Send it to me so I can do all the matches, cutscenes, everything, and have it set. But he didn't say that. He didn't convey that at all. He had a story where he wanted to, and this is just a rehash of something that already happened, like the invasion angle. He wanted to do an invasion angle, and he wanted to make I forget what it was called. I helped him with the logo with that too, to make the logo for it. But he never wrote anything, and he never sent me anything. So I took it as he's not serious about it. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because He has not yet sent me anything. He just complains, and that's it. He won't. If you ask him, he'll say he's interested in writing a story, and you say, okay, cool. Well, write the first chapter, write the first couple pages, send them to me. He won't. He wanted to make a comic book, and he had this character in mind, and he was like, oh, well can you draw it first, before I start writing the story, because I need to see how the character looks. Do you think Stephen King needs somebody to draw the characters before he writes a story? Any novelist, book writer, they see the characters in their head. But Frost's excuse would be, well, it always changes. My mind always changes. Dude, stick to one thing and run with it. But regardless of that, he goes on these rants. And with that, I was like, yo, I gotta fall back. Like, I don't approve of what you're doing. And he has this weird obsession with the D where he says, and that sounds crazy, right? Where he says, oh, well, he cheated on Xbox 360. He cheated on a game from 7 years ago. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're holding a grudge from one match from 7 years ago? And it's like, I don't even believe it, because I don't remember ever facing a D in a wrestling match online. And then, Frost complains about, oh, the servers need to be better. He doesn't play this game. Frost does not play WWE 2K18. He just started playing it because of this league, towards the end of the lifespan of the game. He didn't play the one last year. He doesn't even really watch wrestling. He watches Monday Night Raw from Hulu, a 90-minute version with not even all the matches in it. That's it. He doesn't watch NXT. He doesn't watch Smack. He's not really a wrestling fan, but yet he has all these complaints about a wrestling game from a company that he doesn't even really watch. Regardless of that. So he goes on these rants. I tell him, I gotta fall back. I can't mess with you. So I was doing the shows myself. The reason why I was doing the shows at 10 a.m. was because in my personal life, in my career, I started working from 12:30 to 8 p.m. So the only time that I had to record or stream was in the morning. So I had to switch everything to the morning. Now you just see with the last episode of Rivals, I'm able to record at night again because my shift changed and now it's going to stay the way it is. So I'm able to record at night. He complained about that without even giving you guys the full story of why I had to stream in the mornings. So that's one thing that he leaves out because that would make him look bad. And he's good at making himself look bad. I don't need to do that for him. Another thing is, what else? Yeah, so eventually, you know what? Even though everybody's telling me, yo, your boy, something wrong with your boy bugging, this, that, and the third, I still record with him. Even though he's talking shit, he's doing these rants on Twitter, he's doing all this nonsense, I still record with him. Still, even after that. I even allowed him to do the Junior Heavyweight Championship tournament by himself, which he didn't want to do. He didn't want to do it by himself, but he was complaining so much. I said only one of us is going to do commentary. It's either going to be me or you. And the reason why I said, and the whole reason why he did do it, was because his commentary for the Chaos show really wasn't that good. And to prove a point, I wanted him to do it himself. I wanted him to do the commentary himself. He doesn't know the wrestling moves. He doesn't know the characters. He doesn't know the story. But for whatever reason, he wants to be a part of it so bad, but he doesn't pay attention enough to the product to even know who's in the ring. Where I had to tell him in his ear, because we were on Xbox Live, and I had to tell him in a party chat of what's going on, the story behind it, and everything between each match. He didn't know that Brandon Alexander and Chris Lachlan was on The Untouchables. He didn't know this. I had to tell him. Because for somebody who has all these, feel some type of way about PWR and UWA and PSW and WWWN, he doesn't watch nothing. He doesn't really care. He's just mad because he's not in it. He's mad because PWR was something that he felt like was going to be separated from everybody else, and nobody gets to be teaming up with us or nothing. No super shows. It's just simulated matches, and that's it. And that's all he wants. And APW can be that. That's his baby. He can do that. Even though I created the logo for APW, I created the title for APW, and I thought of the name. I think I did. I don't even remember, but I created that damn logo that he uses. I mean, if you really want to see his creativity, look at the ring he created for APW. Just look at the ring. So yeah, he did the Junior Heavyweight Championship tournament, you know, and my thing is I'm only going to allow you to do so much because you're so volatile online. This guy has been banned from Xbox Live so many times for going on these rants. He'll play a match with somebody online, and then if they beat him, he'll send them multiple messages and spam them. And then he gets reported and he gets banned. That's the gamer tag he has now isn't his first gamer tag. Probably like his fourth or fifth. How do you get banned on Xbox Live for trolling people? How do you do that? Mind you, he's 10 years older than me, or more than 10 years older than me, and I just turned 32. But so boom, he goes into these rants again because of the Super Show, and he's calling it all in, and it's y'all guys, y'all getting together, and it's gonna be one group, and you're doing a merger, and I'm like, what? First and foremost, there's no merger between any of these colleagues. It's one show that we had decided to do to say, you know what, let's end 2K18 with a bang. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just do it because a lot of the calls are shared through the four companies. So why not? What's the issue with that? You know what I'm saying? Like his idea is PWR is separated from everybody else. PWR isn't that big of a company. No, this arena I don't think is uploaded. I'll upload it after this. He wanted PWR just to stand by itself, and he felt like PWR plateaued and it's as big as it's going to be, and it's not. PWR could be a lot bigger. There are bigger leagues out there, but as far as realistic calls that are in the league, the show styles, because everybody has the big arenas. Everybody has the LED entrance. Everybody has all the jazz and the sparkling lights and everything. I haven't done it because PWR is a story within itself. It has to start from the bottom. It has to look like an indie show. 2K19, it gets bigger. The arenas will get bigger. But with Frost, it was just like, it's old school, but it has LED everything, lights everywhere. And that's not what I wanted. Not at the beginning. So yeah, he went on these rants, and I told him, like, you're done. Like, PWR is not associating with APW. It's not going to do that. PWR is going to work with other companies. It's not even a situation where it's somebody trying to piggyback off of somebody else because everybody's getting promoted here. Everybody's getting showcased from each company. You know what I'm saying? And he has such a big issue with it. And to me, it's not that big of a deal. This is a video game. It's a video game. It's not real life. This is for fun. But to him, this is real life. And it's really sad because it's like, for the longest time, he's burned so many bridges with people because of his mouth and because of the things that he says. And I'm not going to stoop to that level, and I never will. I could have easily sat there and went on rants online, but I didn't. I blocked him. Simple as that. Just blocked him. I didn't need to deal with it. This is supposed to be fun, and it will. It will be fun. What else? So yeah, I had to block him. he always had access to the PWR page. He always had access to it. It wasn't a situation where he broke into it or anything like that. He always had access. So he changed it up, and whatever. The page is gone now. The old PWR page is gone now, and the new one is up. If you haven't already joined it, I sent you I followed you. So whoever was following the PWR page, I sent you a follow from the new one. So if you see it in your notifications, that's the new one. But basically, this was just to let you guys know that PWR is going to continue. Fallout's going to be tomorrow. It is pre-recorded, but it's set for, I believe, 7 o'clock at night. I can't really change it now. I might be able to. We'll see. But that's set. Danger Zone is set. I just wanted to let you guys know that, don't let whatever happened today, put you in a, make you feel like PWR isn't set correctly or things are too crazy. It just had a person who shouldn't have been in the position they were in because they're very unstable and they're not reliable mentally enough to be able to handle being told certain things. And if there's ever was a situation where he was in the wrong, even though I disagreed with him, I still stayed around him regardless. And today was just a culmination of years of dealing with his rants and his complaining, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I told him he could have took PWR a while ago. I said, if you have that much conviction and you think I'm wrong, take PWR. Take it. And he said no. So, whatever. It is what it is. PWR is going to be running as normal. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.